Alright, Shalom. I'd like to say Kal Halayim, Wahobadlah, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash, double honors the apostles, and elders of great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessing to the Akimoni will that push the shoe to the four corners of the earth. Alright, this article here. Everybody know about the COVID-19 or the coronavirus. It said Trinidad and Tobago, well, TNT confirms first case of coronavirus, which the brothers down here already know that it probably in the country for the longest while already. Could have a lot of people coming back and forward since the time of the celebration of Carnival, that Bacchus festival. And people were coming in from many different places. You understand? And even around that time, I had a lot of people that was exhibiting symptoms of a cold, and all these different things. But, this is their so-called first actual reported case of the COVID-19. He said Trinidad and Tobago is reporting its first confirmed imported case of novel coronavirus, COVID-19. Health Minister Terence Dayal Singh this afternoon disclosed that a patient had tested positive for the virus. The patient is a 52-year-old man who flew into the country from Switzerland on Monday and self-isolated even before he began experiencing symptoms, which we don't even know if that's true or not. They could have just thrown that story in because they don't want people to think that he was actually moving around and infecting others. Because if he wasn't even aware that he had the virus, why would he even self-isolate himself unless he had suspicions of it? And then he had to account for the plane that he flew in on. All the things that he touched along the way, his family, any place that they might have gone during that space of time. Because I think he came in Monday, they said. So from Monday to now, I think today's Wednesday. To Wednesday or Thursday. Right, Thursday, so he was here for 3 days. Who knows what he could have touched, get in contact with, and how much it could have spread. And like I said, who knows if it was even here before he actually came in the country with his case. Right, you say he flew in, right. Yeah, he flew into the country from Switzerland on Monday and self-isolated even before he began experiencing symptoms, said National Security Minister Stuart Young. I don't trust these people. I'm sure he's probably lying. It said by Wednesday, the man began experiencing symptoms and his family contacted health authorities. It said a test was done and at 2:45 p.m. it was confirmed. Right? It say contact tracing, which involves locating all the people the patient was in contact with, is underway, which this country is too backwards to even do something like that, because they have so many people that he could have got in contact with. We didn't know if he family ordered a pizza, and paid the guy with money, and then the guy took that money, got infected, carried back on work, infect everybody. We don't know. You understand? I have so many ways that people could have been infected by just that one person. Because we believe that virus is a biological weapon. They actually create it in a way that one person could spread it to many people in a short space of time. You understand? Like you'll see, it had one person that was on a cruise ship, and that one person was reported to have the virus, and because of that, the whole cruise ship was under quarantine. Over 2,000 people. I just show you how infectious that disease is. Right? I just show you how infectious that is. Even if people want to think to themselves that they're wearing face masks, and because they're wearing face masks, I mean, the reports show that the virus could live on certain materials and certain surfaces for up to 9 days. You wearing a mask not going to help you. The minute you take that mask off, you might touch your shoulder, and the virus might be on the surface of your shoulder and then touch your face. Or you might touch your child, and your child might have been touched by somebody. You don't know. I just show you how dangerous this virus really is. And that is why I see so much countries taking it so serious, because it's very easy to spread. And depending on, the strand of virus that you have, because they're saying it have two strands, one that is very lethal and one that is more laid back and, it's more dormant and so forth. But really and truly, we know ultimately it's the Lord who will protect us from these things. Because if the Lord not with you, you will get taken out. We know that it's the Lord bringing judgment upon this place. Right? I reach. Say, right, locating other people the patient was in contact with is on the way. It say, and national security is supporting the effort. It say all the passengers on the patient's flight are being contacted. This is so funny, eh? My goodness. It said the contact tracing in being done using the protocols for tuberculosis by Dr. Michelle Trotman from the Cora Hospital. So that mean what? They got to quarantine all the people who was on the flight, and if somebody on the flight was infected by him, all the people that they got in contact with, you'll have to quarantine all of them too. To keep track of things like this is so difficult. That is why it has so many countries right now. Even if they have one case, they're starting to shut the whole place down because it's so easy to spread around. They say arguments are being made to transfer him from his home by suitable ambulance services with all personal protective equipment to the Cora facility. His family members are also quarantined at home. He said the patient's identity is being kept confidential. I don't know if it's because, he's some fancy person. He said the man was described as having a mild case of the coronavirus. So they refer to that particular case that he have as mild. So I don't know if it didn't reach a severe case yet. And if they class it as mild and he was actually showing symptoms that bad for the family to call the hospital, imagine how bad the severe case is. Right? It says Switzerland has over 800 confirmed coronavirus cases and 6 deaths. It said the arrival of the virus has been anticipated for weeks. It said with the health minister preparing a containment plan with the hope of delaying the spread and preventing the upheaval that happened in other countries. And you're done starting to see panic happening in this country already. People done starting to buy up stuff. Everybody done starting to panic. And the panic to start even before this case was announced. Well, when this case was announced today, panic going on be even more severe now. You see, however, Wednesday's declaration of the viral illness by the World Health Organization as a pandemic set off a wave of fear across Trinidad and Tobago. Well, same thing as with people panic buying supplies similar to the preparation of a coming hurricane. I think I'll leave it at that. Because like I said, I had a lot of people coming in the country from since even before that. There was even reports of a cruise ship that docked in the country and nobody even tests. It was a country of it's a cruise ship that was full of Edomites. The cruise ship was full of Edomites and nobody even screened them when they entered the port. They just left the cruise ship and just went on buses and went all over Trinidad to their leisure and just went on sightseeing. They went to the zoo. They went to all different places. Who knows if they or anyone on that ship had the virus? So this virus probably circulated in the country a long time now. But this is actually first confirmed case that they have. But for the longest while, for months now, people have been showing symptoms of sicknesses, vomiting, all these different things. But they probably just viewed it as some normal cold or probably the swine flu that they were talking about. Who knows if this coronavirus was in the country for the longest while. And people just thinking themselves that they have some basic cold that eventually will pass. Who knows? There were even some people that died from the so-called swine flu that they said was circulating in the country. Who knows if it was really the swine flu? But you know, the men of the Lord just waiting to see how this goes. As time passes, you know, we'll see how the Lord will choose to deal with these things. And that is why, if you're of the Lord, you're supposed to be trying to keep on track, keep doing what you're supposed to do, and hold that faith. You understand? So that you will be able to escape these perils, that the Lord will be with you to deal with these things. Because we know the time that coming, it's tough. It will be tough. If as much as our brother might tell himself, you know, we want these things to happen, that doesn't mean that when it does happen, it wouldn't be hard to go through. These trials are not going to be easy. So as much as you might want these things to be hastened and to start and to come, is as much as you're supposed to be building your spirit up, you know, and getting yourself in an order, so when these things do come, you can be able to deal with them accordingly, and the Lord will dwell with you and help you through them, you know. Anyway, with that, I say shalom.